Immediate. He's thinking, I'm going for such an amazing fearsome attack, getting my opponent down halfway. We're halfway there. Whoa. Right, that's okay. Hello, Gomez here for LAN Upcho again. We have a deck for you today. This one, I actually have been looking at trying to make Plaza interesting for me to play, because immediately the decks that are out there at the moment, Scouts and A-Soul and all this kind of stuff, like, you know, I don't really like them. I don't like enjoy is the word. Enjoy playing them. So I wanted to try and make Plaza, because Plaza's big thing at the moment until it gets nerfed, which we're expecting a nerf to be very soon. I thought I'd try and see whether there's something I could do with it. So this is with Heimer. Let's do this. So the deck is called Turret Plaza, and the reason it's called Turret Plaza is because obviously we're going to be using the turrets off of Heimer, that Heimer makes to then use. Because basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to come up with something which was a fun way for me to use Plaza. Because Plaza, don't get me wrong, it's huge value at the moment. I said people are expecting to see a nerf on this. I think probably, like, if I'm going to guess what a nerf would be, I would probably say instead of summon, potentially just play, because if you just added that simple word of when you play an ally rather than when you summon an ally, that actually takes away a lot of what it can do. For example, that means that Grizzled Ranger, the first one you play, but then the bear that gets summoned from it then doesn't. So it means that it opens up a little bit more things. It kind of actually makes it so that it is a few more interesting ways to play. And actually, the funny thing is, if they did do that nerf, it wouldn't really affect this deck, because you've got to play all the bots. So this is how I think would be an interesting way of playing this. So, you know Gomez. Gomez always loves the widget, the PNC, so our standards are Thermals and Jerry and Rummage from my draw. I just like, and plus Jerry drops as a 2-2 with challenge, so why would you not want that? Ballistic Bot, it's working with the fact that obviously all the bots that you can start creating from there, as well as the fact that it's always creating a 1-cost spell. It's always very nice. So I've actually put improvement in here just in case there's something I want to take from the enemy line. It's more for copying something from the enemy, but if needed to, then if you want to copy a certain bot, if you want to copy for, like I would say, something like this, the Dredger for more draw, it gives you options. So I just like that as a thing to just, because bearing in mind that you're going to be making a copy of something from your opponent's side of the field, it's already going to be +1/+1. If it's dropping with Plaza, then that's an additional +1/+1. So you know that you're going to be outvaluing what it is on your opponent's side. Sharp Sight, just because it's just too good at the moment. Loads of elusive stuff going around with Zoe and Teemo, so that's just good counter for that. Single combat, it's actually, it's for good trades, but it's also more to potentially level Garen, because just Garen, like, if you can level him, just a continuous attacking forward is devastating, I will admit that. As well as the fact that obviously if you've got the continuous rally and there's the bots, you know, it's all about overwhelming the opponent. Trail of Evidence, it just works yet again so well with Heimer, as well as being, like, you know, a creation tool that's going to help with Ballistic Bot. Not that that's important, but it is there. It's more so that we can get those tough bots, alright? Because obviously, like, the 2-cost one is the tough bots. That's going to drop as a 3/2 with tough, which is actually just like a nice stat line to have. As well as the fact that obviously whatever randomness you create from this. Flash of Brilliance, it's just a free bot. It's just a free bot for Heimer, and bearing in mind that that bot is going to be dropping with Fearsome. It's going to be a 4/2 with Challenge, so it's just nice to know what those stats are going to be. And then we've obviously got the Overwhelm minions that can come in through both of these. Little bit of counter to Landmark, as well as the fact there's a little bit of draw going on here, but both of these will create 4-cost bots off of Heimer, and the 4-cost bots are the Overwhelm ones. So yet again, oh crap, Overwhelm, so that'd be a 5/2 with Overwhelm, and just the ability of choosing what target it's going to be trading into is actually a big plus. So that is what was just kind of like a deck that I've run. It's the theory idea that I had, bearing in mind that if Heimer's on the board, if you can keep him on the board, if you've got another copy, it will become progress day. So potentially you could drop the, oh crap, that's not what I want to do. So potentially you could drop, grab the 8-cost, which would be a 9/9 with challenge, but as well as that, bear in mind that Garen also has Judgment, which would be the 9/9 with challenge bot as well. So there's a few different things in there, as well as the fact that just Judgment would just be devastating to your opponent's side of the field. And in the current meta, it's going to be a little bit problematic because of the fact that, as I said, there's probably loads of different ways to remove Heimer. There's a lot of silences and things like that going around. But I just really wanted to give this idea a go, and so let's see how this does. I haven't actually tested this deck yet, so the games that you will be seeing will be ones that are just literally just happening, like I did no testing beforehand. But I do like the concept of this deck because it is just using Heimer's bots with Plaza, and I think that to generate the value is very nice off of that. So please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that there is also the Discord link down below if you want to join that. Bear in mind, shameless plug time. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm not so active on Instagram, but I'm definitely active on Twitch and Twitter. So on Twitch, I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you want to come catch this crazy action live, please feel free to. Always drop by and say hello, because I love interacting with my chat. I love having a good time, and I hope that you have a good time when you're in there as well while watching this stupidity unfold. So yeah, please make sure that you pop by, as well as the fact that, honestly, thank you all so much to everyone who has already supported me by subbing to this channel, support me by going over to Twitch and following. Like, literally every little bit helps, and it is so amazing. Every single time that you comment, like, you don't understand the excitement that like draws out of me and whatnot. And so honestly, thank you all so much. Anyway, let's get in and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. I mean, this deck can kick off so quickly because they throw Zoe out, they've got like the Sketcher, which then goes into loads of different what's face it's the scamps. So we definitely keep Plaza. I mean, obviously, whenever you're playing this deck, you are always wanting to keep Plaza in the starting hand, but the fact that we've got Plaza definitely against Zoe is important.
They forced us to choose death.
And the comedy of the fact that we literally could, like, if he did have it, we could have actually done Jerry into Sharp Sight as well. Like, so if he throws Zoe out, Jerry into Sharp Sight would be a really funny move.
No more hiding.
I mean, we could throw Jerry out to go against this if we really wanted to. I really don't want to throw Jerry out there. I mean, part of me's always thinking that I need to throw Jerry out to deal with the goat. Because no, we leave it. Because basically what we could do is next turn we could throw Grand Plaza out and like kill the goat. Like, because this turn it would have required a Sharp Sight, but because we know what we're up against, I would prefer to keep the Sharp Sight back until it's 100% necessary. In terms of the fact that, like, I want to be trying to counter Zoe. I mean,
oh, hey, what's that?
Obviously Power Cascade. But we do this here. I'm surprised he played the zone. I mean, I'm surprised he played it knowing that we had Grand Plaza. Or did he just think, oh, if I do it now, I have to do it now, otherwise I'm not going to get to play her. Like, and I don't know, like, there's got to be, like, you know, legitimate reasons on our opponent's side. But at least on the plus side, we could throw Jerry in the way. So we've got Garen move potentially next turn on our attack turn. But part of me's also thinking Heimer move as well is quite nice. So we can stop the goat damage. We can actually stop all the damage. Potential Power Cascades come out here, by the way. Potential Power Cascades, but at least we don't take as much damage as we would have done. Like, he could actually just Power Cascade both of them. So this is making it more likely that we drop Garen next turn. This is making it a lot more likely we drop Garen next turn, just because it makes a lot more sense to drop Garen next turn. Okay. So yeah, wanted to get that out. I mean, obviously, we don't know what our opponent is invoking. The invokes are actually going to be, like, very significant.
It reminds us.
Luckily enough, that was not as significant as, because obviously it's the obliterates we need to be careful of. It is more the obliterates that we need to be careful of. So we drop Garen here.
Justice.
For justice! So kill the goat, because the goat is our biggest, like, it's the one that's doing the most damage to us right now. The goat is doing the most damage to us right now. We do have a Sharp Sight that could get Garen past a lot of problems, in a manner of speaking. We do also have a Furball. So, yeah, that's what I mean. So, basically, we have to do this just to get him past this situation. He regens himself back up again, and then he just needs one more strike and he levels. So, those are the problems we just need. That's why I didn't play, because we could have played the Ballistic Bot last turn. but we would have gone into this turn with no mana, so I wanted to keep that mana just to protect Garen if needed. And it turns out it was needed, because we know that our opponent is definitely playing discard stuff with Jinx, and so get excited is to be expected. Our opponent only has 3 cards in their hand that we don't know about, but our opponent has got a lot of discard stuff like Rummage for draw, or like even probably Dredgers that are also going to be problematic, so we need to just be careful. I would love to play Heimer this round, but I need to be careful about that. So immediately going forward, we stop the biggest amount of damage. Also level Garen, that's the plan here. So potentially our opponent could have things that will kill Garen. So they could have had to get excited again. We could have tried to rummage and find ways around the situation, but luckily enough, our opponent didn't have it there, and now it's going to take them 2 Mystics to kill Garen rather than like so I can live with that. We've gone down to 10, which is not where you want to be, but Garen is now leveled, so all the other Garens in the deck are now leveled, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. Potential drop of Heimer next turn so we can start getting those bots on the ball. So save mana, drop Heimer, and then just go for... Hope that we top deck... what's his face? Flash of Brilliance. Hope that we top deck Flash of Brilliance. If we top deck Flash of Brilliance, we have got an amazing next move in terms of just create so many bots and then just let the Plaza turrets have their fun. That's the plan. Come on. Flash of Brilliance. I mean, Jerry's still technically a burst speed spell. Jerry is still a burst speed spell. I mean, obviously we've actually got the Rummage, which is more what we would use here. So that's fine. That is absolutely fine. So we go for the Rummage, because we can actually trade off a lot of our opponent's side of the field. So we go for the Rummage move first, because it just means that, number one, Jerry comes on the board. Oh, Sharp Sight's quite interesting. We could even get an Overwhelm minion right now. So I was thinking about keeping the Thermal back, which I was thinking of using Thermal, this turn. But this just means that we can now throw the Overwhelm minion out. We've also got this bot as well. We've got some options, basically, is what my point is. So he's doing his best to keep that alive, even though it can still be traded off anyway. So it's less of an issue. I really want to get rid of his Ballistic bot because of my health stat at this moment in time, as well as the fact that we know that our opponent is running discard stuff. We basically need to go, boom, he's got to die, you've got to die. We could technically throw Heimer in front of this, but I know get excited and things along those lines are things that our opponent definitely could have. So we kind of leave the Jerry at this moment in time. We leave our opponent's Jerry. I'm going to say it's not the worst situation to deal with. Potentially Jinx could drop for a level up as well. So we kind of need to be keeping these removals back for potential Jinx counter if she drops. And obviously Sharp Sight for if he drops Zoe. So we're keeping our options open to whatever our opponent could do. That's the plan here. So, wanted to make sure that he kept the Ballistic bot, which does make a lot of sense because it does mean that he's got a minion which is always doing damage to our core, which is actually really important. Really important for our opponent to have, that they know. Because also, if they top deck Jinx, they've got such a quick way. But luckily enough, because Garen's leveled, we actually could just keep going forward right now. We can keep going forward. So I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best. We could actually trade the Ballistic bots off at this moment in time with a single combat. Just more so, because the Ballistic bot's good, but right now I'd actually prefer for them not to have a Ballistic bot. I'll take that trade. Means that we get a 2-cost bot. Means we got a 2-cost bot. He's only got 1 card that we don't know about. So our opponent's only got 1 card that we don't know about. We've got Thermal, we've got the ability to throw down this bot as well. So we can basically trade off our opponent's side of the field. We could have technically played maybe another bot to create confusion, but I'll take this. I'll take this. So we take our opponent down to 6. This could actually be Jinx, by the way. This could actually be Jinx on our opponent's side. Or, I mean, okay, it's not. So we just immediately go for an open. We immediately go for an open because there's very little our opponent can do to counter. As well as the fact that obviously we do have Judgment. He's only got 1 card. So this has actually worked out okay for us. I mean, that's GG. That is, it's all worked out well in the end. Let's go. Shenamo indeed. Shenamo. That's what I'm talking about. Twisted Fate with Karma. I'm trying to... I mean, I know that... I swear that I saw Grappler put out a video not too long ago that was about this. So I'm guessing it's gonna be... Actually, I'm gonna keep you because obviously it works with Jerry. I can wait till turn 3. A lot of my turns have been waiting till turn 3. Want to get that landmark as quickly as possible. The second that we do, just boom, it all kicks off. It all kicks off. Okay, we can wait.
Hey there. Don't mind the knife.
So, I mean, we've got a trade-off. We do it. I mean, it's going to take a little bit to do that, but we do actually have a way of dealing with that problem. Potential denies and whatnot is the only problem when we get to that stage. So,
The spirit gives to those who listen.
okay, got a way of getting his health up as well. So, what we could do is, so we've got the static.
You won't feel it.
Got the static. Getting this one's health down a little bit. Potential deny, but if we're forcing out a deny right now, that I don't actually mind. That's quite nice. Yeah, so we've got this going into Jerry next turn. Oh, there we go. That's under the collar. A little bit of still, so he wants those interactions later with Karma, so that he's stealing even more from us. So actually a really nice thing. I really hope that they've not stolen our landmark. I really hope that they don't steal our landmark. If they steal the landmark, that is going to be very problematic for us. Very problematic. So we've got the ability of potentially making... Actually, we should have attacked forward. There was no reason not to attack forward with the Dredger there. There was literally no reason not to attack forward with the Dredger there. That was a bit too fast play on my fault. Not on my part. Right. We've got Heimer going into... oh, of course! Of course you would drop Grand Plaza down right now. Why wouldn't you? So they've stolen one of our Grand Plazas, which is problematic. It is problematic. I just really need to hope that... Okay, so we're going to drop Heimer.
Sweet smell of science.
We could throw down Flash of Brilliance, Flash of Brilliance. We could even make a copy of his elusive. So Flash of Brilliance Remembrance is quite an interesting one. So we're gonna do this one at a time. We could even aftershock that landmark just so that it's not going to be an issue for us that our opponent is using their own stuff against us. So aftershock that, just yet again, it will just help save Heimer's life. Potential Twisted Fate red card. So that's the other thing our opponent stole from us. So we know the 2 things that our opponent stole from us was landmark and one of those, but it's okay. So he wants to be getting out the lifesteal minion, which with landmark is actually a really powerful. Yeah, again, getting that is such a powerful move.
And fire!
So we're gonna immediately go going for an open because we know that most likely Twisted Fate could drop. So we immediately go in for an open. Twisted Fate might drop, and I think if he did drop, that would just be really problematic for us. So it's fine. We then go for an aftershock to get rid of the landmark. So boom, 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 boom. Because now the fact that he's got this comboed with this, we can't let that landmark stay on the board. We honestly just can't let that landmark stay on the board. We said potential red card. What we see does open up a remembrance thing for... I mean, technically, we can still use remembrance. We could use remembrance anyway, right? But a big part of me really wants to use this on top of Heimer because it's just so funny when you use it on top of Heimer. But we'll wait. I'm gonna play the wait game. This is a game. This is a game of mind over matter. I mean, bear in mind, yet again, denies also a thing. So if we can force out some denies out of our opponents, there's the karma. There's the karma move. So we need to do this. We've also actually got a single combat. single combat to kill Karma as well, which isn't too bad. So, firstly, we just do that. See whether or not our opponent does anything as we play this. Okay. So, now the single combat. So, we could actually save... Yeah, I'm going to go with saving this one's life. My reason for doing that is just because, yeah, again, it gets us past the Twisted Fate red card thing, so that's why I don't mind doing it there. That's okay to me. You can't notify, you can't do anything. So that's one karma down. We're one karma down, and we've leveled Heimer. So not only that, we've also leveled Heimer. We were actually one death away. We were one death away from being able to level up, from being able to not only do that, but also throw a remembrance down, which would have been really funny. Okay, I feel like I just go into next turn with full spell, man. We know that we've got a unyielding, which is, I said, like, just an amazing move to use on top of Heimer. So we kind of need to wait. So we've got a single combat that we can use on top of that. We want to be waiting out our opponent. I don't actually mind burning this mana. Sounds stupid, but I don't mind burning this mana if I have to, for the greater good. Okay, so more draw, more draw. What we can do here is, a big part of me almost wants to get rid of this. But I guess we get rid of... one of these. Also, our opponent has actually opened us up. Because they've used so much mana, they've actually opened it up to the fact that we can just throw an unyielding on top of Heimer. He can't use Notify, because obviously it's an 8 cost, he can't use Deny. So, our opponent has opened up our ability to just go for an unyielding right now. Which isn't too bad. Isn't too bad. All we need right now is Landmark. The second we get Landmark, if we can keep Heimer on the board, the generation of just bots and bots and bots that are just going to be coming out, and then the ability for Landmarks to give them, like, our value machine goes through the roof, as they say. So, that's fine. That's fine. We'll take the 1 damage. Okay. Oh, is his plan going to be to try and grab Heimer? I mean, obviously he can't, bit of damage. I mean, he's forcing as much damage as he can. Where was the grab? Because he can't grab, I mean, or was it that he wanted to get an additional, I don't know. I don't know what our opponent's plan was there. Or was it just literally because he wanted to get out a lifesteal me in next turn? So lifesteal me was most likely what his plan was. But we said unyielding on top of Heimer. We then go boom, throw this out. Throw big ass botman out. We actually throw this one on top of its old friend. And then we kind of just go big. We're just going to go big. Right? From now on, like, we've got no... I mean, I guess we could also just get rid of that so that you're less of a problem. A big part of me actually wants to be trying to counter the elusive damage, which is currently coming at me. So, deny. That's fine. You do it again. As long as I can keep finding ways of... I'm forcing out my opponent's resources before it comes back at me, so that's okay. I mean, I really need to find Landmark. Landmark right now! Landmark right now would be devastating, just because Landmark just presents so much ability comes from Landmark. So much ability comes from Landmark in terms of the fact that we could literally... I mean, also, he can't stop the Fearsome minion right now. So, right now, our opponent can't stop the Fearsome minion. So we literally just go forward with everything, because we're forcing our opponent that they have to make trades. They can't just let things go on. So, we've got rid of one of our opponent's elusives. We've got rid of 2 of our opponent's elusives.
Easy, Tiger.
Okay, so we are actually forcing our opponent to make the hard decisions. They're probably looking for a really big nab move late game. It's going to be the plan, I'm assuming, with Karma, with Karma and Twisted, and getting those that pilfered goods. But at this moment in time, we're actually okay. They stole one of our landmarks, but I mean, we need to try and find that other landmark. That's the thing. That's the thing. So we can find another landmark. It's okay. But yeah, no, so forcing this. He's done a few trades on us. Done a few trades, but that's okay. It's got down these ones' health stats just a tiny bit. We can work with that. We can work with these things. If he throws out an elusive... Oh, no, he throws out Karma.
There is hope.
So the thing is that we basically need to find counter to Karma. That's the thing. We need to find counter to Karma. The big part of me is thinking Flash of Brilliance. Another Unyielding, which is devastating. We're actually going to get rid of that bot and get rid of one of these because we're just literally just trying to search now for... There's Grand Plaza. There's Grand Plaza. So we can throw down the Grand Plaza and still have the mana for a counter to kill Karma. And the fact that our opponent has also just got their way past a deny move is amazing! So no more denies. I'm guessing that our opponent was thinking a Pilfered Goods move going into next turn because obviously that would have been a lot of value for our opponent. This is okay. We're actually going to throw you down top of this. The reason for doing that is because, yet again, it gets you past the Thingamajicky move. Gets us past... Oh, now the Grand Plazas are coming at once. It just gets us past the... what's his face move? So, what we need to basically be doing right now is going... Sod it. Or do we play our opponent's stuff against them? So, yet again, we're going to force trades out of our opponent, whether or not they can actually defend their way through this. So they can stay alive, if only just. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of their black market merchant and then start stealing from them. They wanted to do it to us, so we do it back to them. If we can steal Pilfered Goods, oh, imagine if we steal Pilfered Goods from our opponent. Just imagine how nice that feels. It feels like they know that the jig is up, because I mean, like, how can they actually come back from this right now? It's very unlikely our opponent comes back from this. But I'm guessing there must be something in their deck that they're thinking, okay, I've still got this. This is my plan for getting around, but I don't know what their plan is yet. We throw you down. We get a little bit of nab guide. See, I mean, come on, hit Pilfered Goods. Hit Pilfered Goods. If there's any justice in the world, we hit Pilfered Goods. Because hitting Pilfered Goods just means that we get retreat. Not exactly what I was after. Not gonna lie, not what I was after. We could actually use Remembrance. Less for the fact that it would be creating a minion, because obviously it's not going to create a minion, but more for the fact that we're going to get elusive cover. So by doing that, it just means that we get an elusive bot that we can just go throw that out, and it means that we've got elusive cover right now. So I'll take that. I'll take that. We've also got the ability to grab Zap with near enough anything that we throw down next turn going into the attack.
Let's do this.
So counter immediately there. We could even throw an Unyielding if we really wanted to. Oh, that's big. Okay. That's actually a really big move. Really big move from our opponent there. Nothing that we can actually do against it as well. Nothing we can do against that. So, really big move. I'm guessing that was the big move they knew was coming. That was the big move they knew was coming, so that's why they didn't really mind what they did. So, we still throw this out first, because it does mean that we actually have the elusive cover. So we have the elusive cover still, and then we go for Landmark, and then next turn, we throw everything out, and we're actually okay. He says. Because he still can't throw Twisted out this turn. Twisted costs 4, so, you know. I mean, how many cards has our opponent got? 20. Right, so how many cards have we got? 18. Okay, right. So we got the Landmark on the board. So we can basically trade Zap off at this moment in time. We could even throw Garen down for that trade off. I mean, yeah, because basically even if he twisted, actually I guess if he twisted into a stun, that would be problematic because he could always just go. No, I mean. He's trying to go. He's trying to go deep in here right now. He's trying to go deep. So get him. Oh, the draw. Twisted stun card. Twisted stun card could be a thing. But obviously, if he does that, that does also mean that we can throw something down and grab Twisted. So he does this. So he's killing you. It's okay.
Something for all.
So we accept that going on. Big part of me just wants to throw Heimer down right now.
Order entropy.
Throw Heimer down. Heimer grabs. Oh, there's. Oh, Okay, so he's going for the steals. He's going for the steals. So
Hypothesize their demise.
we go for this. We go for this. I don't mind going for this kind of a move, hoping for the best. Of course, our opponent goes for significant steals. It's okay. It's okay. I'm hoping that there's enough. We're creating enough problems for our opponent. I mean, admittedly, the problem that's coming into us right now is potential just overdraw, right? In terms of the fact that we might just end up no cards. So that is a problem. But he's used a significant amount of pilfered goods. He's already used a number of black market merchants. So his thing of using Karma going into pilfered goods to take even more cards from us has become less of a problem. So, okay, that's fine. Do that as much as you want. See whether or not we get another... Because he could have taken one of our thermals, right? Bearing in mind that we do actually have another unyielding, our opponent does. Okay, right. So we know that he's taking some of the cards he's taking is actually fine because like they're not the worst. They're not the worst cards they could have been. So it's okay. Boxtopus. He's near out. Right. So he grabs potential Heimer, but as I said yet again, we do actually have counter for that here. So we could throw down the ballistic bot. We've actually also got counter in terms of a retreat, but we'll throw out ballistic bot because we just want to be denying. Yeah, so he goes for Heimer. Potential deny, by the way. Potential deny. But we do this anyway. We do this anyway. If it gets denied, we've got a retreat. Oh, there it is again! There it is again! The second one of that, and it's just like, well, you know you're done, right? You know, they said it couldn't be done. You must know that you're dead at this point, right? So, immediate attack forward. Immediate attack forward. We've got 11 cards left. We've got the ability that Garen's gonna level. Garen's gonna level, basically meaning that we've got. He's still hanging in there, but Garen levels so we can just keep rallying forward. Right now, so much heals, but we have got the rally, so now we're coming. We're just gonna keep coming. Like literally every single turn, attacking forward. As well as the fact that if we need to, we could create bots, which then also mean that we attack forward with even more gusto. So we play the way you wing. I mean, I guess we should have used the ballistic bots ignition. We should have used the ballistic bots ignition. But we're putting our opponent there. I was gonna say, we put our opponent where there's literally how'd they come out, how'd they get out of this alive? That is what we've done right there. Oh, I love this deck. I love how stupid this deck is, but also how clever. Okay, so Fearsome Spider deck, maybe. Fearsome Spiders, that's gonna be my guess. Weirdly, I'm gonna keep the hand. I've got draw, I've got a Jerry I can throw out, I've got landmark, you know, I mean, I've got 2 Jerrys I can throw. Oh, landmark into 2 Jerrys. Now that's gonna be a move. I mean, obviously we wait and see what our opponent does here. They could actually, there we go.
I know what lurks in the
so we allow our opponent to basically do a really devastating move here, but we throw landmark out. Oh, the fact that there's the potential for, oh my god, right. So landmark into double Jerry into sharp sight to deal with that problem, and then we just start trading things off the board. So immediate. He's thinking I'm going for such an amazing fearsome attack, getting my opponent down halfway. We're halfway there. Right, that's okay. We take a bit of damage, but we're getting rid of his champion, as well as the fact that we can then get these ones out very quickly. So we could actually see what we get from Trail. I mean, Trail of Evidence right now, like 2 Trail of Evidences. We've got a stack that could deal with this at some point, but I feel like if we go with Trail of Evidence, hope that we get a minion. You'll do, because that actually means that he can kill you very nicely. Then we go for another Trail of Evidence to see what we get off of that, because our opponent is a really quick burn deck, which I don't think is going to be able to sustain continuous like onslaught. That's going to be what I'm going to hope that our opponent is currently running, that they've got like it's a really good burn deck, but I'll take you twice. I'll take you twice. So, take out both of our opponent's units.
You there!
Take out both of our opponent's units while still keeping a board ourselves. Obviously, we know that our opponent's playing a really fearsome deck. We can throw Garen down next turn, which basically just means that. So there she is. So he knows that he knows that we can't actually counter her immediately. But Garen, if he doesn't go for an open, if they don't go for an open, of course not. So we throw Garen down.
We fight for those who
could not. So he doesn't go for an attack forward here. Because if he goes for an attack forward,
they don't break,
I mean, if he does go for an attack forward, that's a really ballsy move. That's a really powerful move, actually. It has put that into static range, so he's actually going to get a really powerful attack on us. He's actually going to get a very powerful attack on us. We trade the Jerrys away. We trade the Jerrys away. I guess that they don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We could actually keep one of these Jerrys alive here, but we'll go for that. We'll kill his champion. Kill the champion. Deal this. We are on 8, so we are actually down quite low. Bearing in mind that our opponent's deck probably has got decimates and things along those lines in there. So what we can do is go for a static. Go for a little bit of draw right now. Hope that if our opponent plays a Doom Beast, we actually kind of want our opponent to play a Doom Beast, because if they do, we can make a copy of it, and then that allows us quite a significant attack forward. Next turn. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, they might be able to burn us down. They might actually be able to burn us down, because we've got no form of heals in our deck. And so without a form of healing, we're actually on really low health. Potential decimates, more fervors. Like, there is actually a lot of things that causes us a lot of problems, so we need to actually be careful right now. As well as that, obviously Doom Beast could drop draining us.
I have my orders.
I've got no way of trading that off the field. All I can do is level Garen so that we can keep attacking forward right now. That is all I've got, is the ability to stop our opponent developing and just attacking forward. So we've leveled. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually really pressure. This is pressure time situation, because we basically have to keep going forward, because we've got no form of healing. If our opponent potentially just immediately goes forward with Saboteur, and then they throw down a Decimate. So we could do that, which would force a further move out of our opponent. Force a further. Okay, if we went forward, we can get them down to 3 health, which we could kill them with after. So basically right now what we're trying to do is, because we're open to the fact that our opponent could have Decimate. So if our opponent's got Decimate, we basically
remember the objectives.
Right. So what we're gonna do here is go for this move, which would force out a Fervor. So if our opponent's got Fervor, then like I said, we're forcing that out, as well as the fact that I said we've got the Aftershock, because they're trying to get us down and then use a Decimate. So this is just meaning that we're still not in Decimate range, and then boom, Aftershock into core, job done. So I'll take the conceit now. As well as that, we could actually throw a Jerry out for a da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey! Right, that's gotta be death. GG! That's what I'm talking about! Yes! Yes! We actually burnt that, which we managed to outplay a burn deck, which was a quick burn on us. So that is the Turret Plaza deck. Actually, a really fun deck to play, and once it gets going, actually that resource is very nice. I'm not gonna lie, I hope they now change Plaza to be play rather than summon, because if they do, my god, this deck has actually got a really better chance than all the decks are at the moment, because it forces you to play the bots, and just the endless resource that could come out of that is a lot of fun. So fingers crossed for that nerf. But we'll see. We're just only assuming, this is just guesses of what we're going to assume is going to be nerfed, but I think that a lot of people in the community have been going on about Plaza. But what do you think? Or what do you think about this deck? If you run this deck, let me know. All in the comment section down below, because I love hearing back from you guys. I love watching the comments. I love getting back to you in the comment section, as well as the fact that, as I said, there is also the Discord and the Twitch links down below. All the links if you want to get involved with them for all the different things that are going on. So you can either join the Discord for the community, or just like join me when I'm streaming, just to have a laugh with me as I'm playing stupidity. Please feel free, all of these things. Anyone who gives me the time of day, honestly, thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed, why not consider it? And if you're already subscribed, as I said, thank you so much for that support. It is amazing. And there's like so many different ideas and things that I want to do, that just literally just that support, it fuels me. So honestly, thank you all so much. I hope that you have a great day. And until next time, bye! Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me. Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.